welcome to 9 on the Positive Side. Thank you so much for joining us this weekend. I'm Courtney Courtwright. One North Carolina couple has spent their working career helping their community. He served his community of King as a dentist. His wife, a psychologist. Neither knew all those years would be preparing them for one of the most beloved callings. Chad Tucker takes us to one county where he ran into St. Nick and Mrs. Claus getting ready for their busy season.
The stockings were hung by the chimney with care in the hopes that you soon would be there.
For Santa and Mrs. Claus, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
He tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. That means he opened the window.
You know, this being Santa is a privilege and an honor. And every time that I and my sweet Mrs. Claus talk to children, we probably get more out of it than they do.
For Santa, Sam Simmons.
My nose like a cherry.
And Mrs. Claus, Julia.
On the bed to see what was the matter.
They know a lot about bringing smiles.
And 8 tiny reindeer.
Santa worked as a dentist for almost 40 years.
In Santa years, it's been about 8 seconds.
Then his beard.
And I let my beard grow out.
It started to turn white.
But a little boy came up to me and my sweet wife and asked if I was Santa Claus.
That little boy, followed by a calling.
In my mind, I looked a whole lot older than I really was.
Led to this.
That was my retirement life. Do something for the children. You're already doing it. Why not do it and understand why now?
He calls his mother and he says, I have a gift for you.
And talk about a gift. The couple sees hundreds of children each season, all for free.
The chimney you rose.
Whenever they do receive a fee, they gift it back to the kids in the community.
What makes Christmas special is an effort to be together with people that you love and to show them how much you care for them.
In Allegheny County, the North Pole.
You flew out of sight.
Looking for Roy's folks.
Merry Christmas to all.
Chad Tucker.
And to all a good night.
Fox 8 News.
And you can learn more about the Giving Santa and where he'll be next by visiting BlueRidgeSanta.com. It is right there at the bottom of your screen. And speaking of Christmas, it's almost here, and that means lots of people are putting up their trees. There are several lots around the east that have you covered. At Mountain Boy Tree in Greenville, once you pick out your tree, they'll trim it, put it on a stand, then load it into your car. But the important part about keeping it fresh comes when you get home.
If you'll look at this, the stalk is cut off the bottom. We try to cut as least off as we can, but if you see the shiny part, that is actually the sap. If you take this tree home, you need to get in water within about 1 hour, because if you don't, the problem is this will seal up just like a wax seal.
We're told prices are about the same as last year for Christmas trees. And it's not only here in eastern North Carolina that people are looking for trees, but all across our state. Shepherd's Way Farms in Raleigh says it sells about 30% of its trees on Thanksgiving weekend alone. The cost of their average size trees are about the same as last year, but trees larger than 10 feet tall will be about $20 more because those trees are becoming harder to find.
It's worth every penny. It is. Just to have a real tree and have the family out here, it's priceless.
Shepherd's Way Farms expects to run out of their larger trees soon. Officials with the Pitt County Department of Social Services says they're spreading holiday cheer to those who might otherwise go without. Right now, the county has legal custody for more than 240 children, and there's no guarantee that holiday gifts will be given to these kids. That's where their holiday cheer program comes in. You can sponsor a child's wish list or donate toys, games, puzzles, and more. Social Services says they're in need of hygiene items too, like diapers, wipes, socks, gloves, and hats.
There are not any state, federal, or county funds that are earmarked for this program, so we really do depend on our community to help us with this.
Without having that family support, or maybe feeling like you're alone, whether you're living in a group home or maybe an assisted living, knowing that somebody thought about you around the holiday times, I feel like it would bring them a special kind of happiness.
For more information about Pitt County's holiday support programs, you can find that over on our website, WNCT.com. People are getting into the holiday spirit in the city of New Bern. Berry Merry Events, a local group, says there's a big lineup of seasonal fun. Now to your side, Sarah Gray-Barr tells us what's in store.
Berry Merry Christmas is a month-long event in New Bern. It kicked off right after Thanksgiving with the community tree lighting, but continues throughout the month and encourages people to spend the holiday season in New Bern.
So many people drive from all over to see the snow and see the lights and to see our Santa in our little red house here in downtown New Bern. It's just amazing.
Thursday through Sunday in December, people can get their picture taken with Santa Claus himself.
And then we have snow that falls on Friday nights and Saturday nights, but we also have late night shopping on Thursday nights, just a time for, people to come down and enjoy shopping with extended hours.
Throughout the month, Berry Merry works to bring people downtown to see that winter wonderland and also shop local.
Our next big event will be Friday night, December 8th, live window displays. And if you've not seen it, it is such a treat.
On Thursdays, businesses will stay open longer for a late night shopping event.
For years, people have been asking us to stay open later, and a lot of the shops have a tendency to close at 5 or 6. So it's the one time of the year that we try to commit to staying open till 8 o'clock.
These events help businesses.
I think it helps us get exposure to people who maybe don't come downtown or don't know about us. It's just a really good, way of seeing the city when you're walking around looking at all the fun things. Yeah.
If you are interested in seeing the full event lineup or want a reservation to meet Santa, that information can be found on WNCT.com. That is our website. With the holiday season in full swing, the Salvation Army's Red Kettle Bell campaign is back. Volunteers ringing their silver bells can be found in front of big box stores like Walmart, Hobby Lobby, and Food Lion. It's an effort to raise money for those in need. Although the holiday tradition is only during the winter months, the Salvation Army is hard at work all year.
So these are our famous Red Kettle workers, and they are out ringing those silver bells. This actually began in 1891, so we've been doing it quite a while. But this is our core program and fundraising time of the year. The money's raised is going to go to help kids go to summer camp. It's going to help with us continuing to feed those who are experiencing homelessness or food shortages. So it's not just the impact at Christmas. This is a year-long program that we utilize to help us do what we need to do here.
If you want to donate to the Salvation Army or learn more about getting involved, you can visit their website. Christmas parades are getting started all across eastern North Carolina. To see when your town or city is having their parade, we have you covered. It's what you're looking at right here. Just find this article on WNCT.com. We have a list of all the Christmas parades happening all across the East this year. You can even click on the one you want to go to and find out more information. Next on 9 on the positive side, a local woman is hoping to get schools more gym equipment. How you can help in the effort. Staff at Dominion Energy delivered food baskets and other items to those in need for the holiday season. Bria Hollingsworth spoke with employees who are hoping to bring a little Christmas cheer to those in the community.
One by one, brown bags are being filled to the brim with groceries, all to help those in need.
They are packaging essentially everything you would need for a Christmas meal. Fruit, vegetables, meat, and of course, toys for the children.
This effort, a part of Dominion Energy's Good Neighbor Fund. Every year, the nonprofit, run entirely by Dominion employees, puts together hundreds of food baskets for the holiday season.
Dozens of employees here at Dominion Energy are packaging items like oranges, rice, and even toys for those in need.
Then packages get put into cars, delivered directly by employees to those they're helping, like Helen Ford.
Basket from Dominion Energy. And she just had a birthday. Thank you.
She told us the food will provide a little extra help for her during the holiday season.
God is so good to me. Nobody knows but the ones that went through it.
We're providing essential service that people need, but sometimes essential is giving hope and giving love and thanking our community for allowing us to serve them and giving back.
And this effort is put on by donations from the company's employees. 100% of the proceeds go to help families in need. In Durham, Brea Hollingsworth, CBS 17 News.
Impact across Pitt County by supporting schools and their phys ed programs. Melt Studio in downtown Greenville is collecting items like hula hoops or other equipment each school needs in order to improve gym class experiences. Owner Brittany Pridgeton says she started this fundraiser as a way to give back to the schools that helped her and her child.
So I grew up in Pitt County. I went to like Aden Elementary, Aden Middle, Aden Grifton, and having sports and then just having something to do after school was a really big deal. And I know having a 6-year-old now, his favorite part of the day is going to PE. So it's really important for them to be able to move around and do something other than sit in a chair. And you know, unfortunately on the days where it's raining or they don't have a lot of time for recess, that kind of gets taken away a little bit. So having equipment and the necessary equipment in their gym is really important, and I know it also helps out their teachers because it gives them things to actually use to implement their curriculum.
She says this fundraiser is also a way to spread kindness. Pridgeton says when someone donates to the drive, they can leave a message for the students to remind them they're loved by their community. If you'd like to donate, you could drop off your items at Melt Studio on Dickinson Avenue. The donation drive is happening through the end of this year. Now let's take it over to Cleveland, Ohio. A Christmas Story house has a new owner. An air of mystery has surrounded this attraction since it was put up for sale last year, and the owner started entertaining offers. But the identity of the new owner and managing partner is no longer a secret. 45-year-old Josh Dickerson says he has a deep appreciation for the tradition surrounding the iconic house, having started as a volunteer on the project in 2005 and worked his way up to CEO of the organization in 2017.
How often does anyone get to say, I get to own a piece of something so iconic, so historical and so Cleveland? I love this city, so it's an awesome opportunity.
He says he does not plan to make any major changes to this Christmas Story complex, which includes a museum, gift shop, and a popular spot for a bed and breakfast. Sharing his passion for science with other students. Next on 9 on the Positive Side, we'll meet the young man who's mentoring the youngest of generations. We'll also have this story.
I'm Brad Jones. Coming up, I'll tell you about a company that specializes in wearable art that becomes a full-time message for your event or your company, and it's made in North Carolina.
We all probably have a drawer full of them, t-shirts, and you could probably pick out your favorites. It may be one of the most popular items in America. Only local companies like to add a unique twist, and one local company does that to their t-shirts that are made right here in North Carolina. Brad Jones has this story.
It's not just a t-shirt. There's a lot more to it. Red Johnston realized that many years ago.
One of the things that I said when I very first started the business is, great art is where it all starts.
The Red T-Shirt Company turns out shirts for businesses, for things like weddings and school events, for charities, and a lot more. And they realize every single one of those customers, whether they're ordering 10 shirts or 10,000, is important.
We've always taken a great amount of pride in events because of the turnaround time that we can provide. In 22 years, we've never really missed a date.
Red can start with a design from a customer or create something for them. Then he transforms that idea into a design that will look good on a shirt. He says some things have changed over the years. The inks are better, they cure faster, the shirts themselves are higher quality. But the artwork has always been the star of the show. Companies have figured out what you and I already knew. Everybody's got a favorite t-shirt. Comfortable shirt, great logo with lots of color. You're going to wear it all the time, and it becomes a mobile billboard. That's why people like Red and his staff are so important. Picking the right colors for an image, matching up the right color shirt, and checking the screen printing at each step along the way. They know how to make an image pop.
They'll wear your brand, strictly because of the creativity that you, and the time, that you put into the thought making the product.
There are other companies that offer shirts online, but you never meet the people behind the process or have a chance to work with them to create something special. And that's something the Red T-Shirt Company focuses on. They say those local customers are the ones who keep them going.
I've made great friends through this business. I've made people I can count on through this business. I met my wife through this business. So it's been kind to me, you know, through my career.
Red Johnston will tell you it's more than just a T-shirt, because every one represents a lot of planning, a lot of work to make sure it's right. Because it just might turn out to be someone's favorite, and those are the ones that last forever. In Archdale, Brad Jones, Fox 8 News.
In Charlotte, science whiz Josiah Rankin is an assistant teacher for his mom, Kimberly. She put the young boy to work to share his love for the subject with other kids. He helps his mom with experiments showing her class how vinegar reacts with baking soda to create carbon dioxide. He's hungry for knowledge and collects textbooks and has multiple microscopes.
I wanted to be a scientist, and I wanted to be a biologist, and then I finally decided that I wanted to be a doctor.
So it gives him another opportunity to just spread that joy and the joy he has of science with others.
He was also one of 2 North Carolina students to compete in the National Science Bee. That was over the summer. He also aced 2 written exams in biology and physical science. And we'll have more positive on the positive side. We'll have more positive news coming up on 9 on the positive side. And coming up in late December, this is really exciting. WNCT will celebrate 70 years on the air as Eastern North Carolina's first television station. And we'd like to hear from you. Share your WNCT memories, pictures, videos, and anything you have with us. Just email WNCT70@WNCT.com. It is right there at the bottom of your screen, WNCT70@WNCT.com. We'll share some of those memories throughout December and, of course, on our 70th anniversary special that we've been talking about. And that is going to be here before we know it on December 22nd. Thanks so much for joining us for 9 on the positive side this weekend. Let's end on a penguin parade. Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you next time.